The bite. I cheated on my man, but it was online, so I didn't really class it as cheating. But now he has left me because he classed it as cheating. I don't know what to do. How can I get him back and prove to him that I won't ever cheat again? How do I prove I have changed? I wasn't with him for that long, but I had fallen for him deep. I just wish I could let him know how sorry I am and that I won't do it again. I love him more than I have ever loved anyone before. How can I prove I won't do it again? Because he said that my word means nothing anymore. Reason being, when we were together, he asked me if there was anything he should know and I told him there wasn't anything. I didn't tell him about this person online because I knew it would hurt him if he found out and I didn't want to lose him. I know it's a rough road. I have been without him for quite a few months now and it's killing me. I cry every day. I cry myself to sleep. I miss him so much. I just don't know what to do to get him back. I really don't know what to do. I love my ex so much. He's agreed to be mates with me at the moment, and we're kind of close. Maybe I could try and work on being mates and build it back up to a relationship. I don't know. I know deep down, he still loves me. I can see it in his eyes. He's just scared of getting hurt again. I don't know how to make him see that I'm not a cheater anymore. Anyone got any ideas as to what I can do? An update. Last night, my ex admitted to still having feelings for me, and I could tell all night that he wanted to kiss me. The past few times when we have met up, it's been with mates, but last night, it was just me and him, and things were great, but nothing apart from him admitting to still having feelings for me happened. But hey, I guess it's a start. I've just got to try and stay strong and try and build it all up to a relationship again. I know he's keen, but he's just scared I will hurt him again. It's going to take time for him to realize I won't do it again, but to be honest, I love him so much, I don't think time will be much of a problem. He's calmed down now and he isn't angry anymore. He told me I'm done with being angry now. So, what I'm going to do is take things really slow and gradually build it up to a relationship. Then I will give him all the love I possibly can and be completely faithful. Another update. Mine and his mutual friend who is a girl has just screwed things up with me and him yet again. She brought up what I did to him in the past on my Facebook and he read it and now he's stressed again and is now drinking down the pub. How do I get this mutual friend off my case? Apparently she wants to hit me. And both me and my ex have agreed to gradually distance ourselves away from her because she honestly isn't worth the bother. She's one of those types of girls that is loud and loves attention. She would do anything to get noticed. She really does my head in. I just don't know how I can get her off my case because I can't have a fight with her because, to be honest, I am not a fighter. I have always been the one to walk away, and if I hit her, she could do me for assault. Same as if I grabbed her arm if she swung it at me because she's the type that would lie to the police to get someone else in trouble. Problem is, if I got in trouble with the police, there could be a possible chance that I can't work with children. Anyone got any ideas on what to do about this jealous girl? Me and my guy are going to give up on her. She's treated both of us like crap. He told me earlier that he wants nothing to do with her anymore, and to be honest, if he gives up on her, I will. She came up to me and was trying to provoke me to hit her by saying stuff about my past and what I did to my ex and that my ex likes her and that she was thinking of giving him and her a go. She was saying all of it and watching my every reaction. She was saying it to her little brother. I wanted to smack her and to be honest, I was actually shaking with anger, but then I thought, what's the point? I'm just going to get in trouble and I might not be able to work in a nursery anymore. She isn't worth it. So I kept calling her childish and telling her to grow up. Before this girl came up to me, one of my mates walked past and talked to me, and she told me, if this girl says anything at all to me then to record it on my phone, which is exactly what I did because then I would have proof of her saying the stuff. Most of it you can hear, but because we were by a road a few cars went past and you couldn't hear what she was saying. But you can hear her clearly say I think she needs a good kick and to be honest about me. So, she's buggered if she does do anything because I have the recording of her saying that on both my phone and laptop. I could just give it to the police. She has already been on bail for smacking someone apparently. My guy wants to hear the recording and then wants me to send it to him so that every time she tries talking to him, he can play it and really pee her off. Thing is, when she walked up to me today, she said don't worry, I'm not going to say anything nasty, but she went against it. She was constantly dissing me and saying stuff about my ex and my past just to wind me up. I have about 10 minutes of recorded evidence. All I want to do and am going to do from now on is concentrate on getting my man back. She's just jealous because he doesn't like her anymore. She's meant to be about a year older than me, but she really doesn't act it. She really does my head in. I don't know what to do. Another update. The girl wanted to sort stuff out with me and be mates. I told her where to go and now she has blocked me on Facebook. Well, my ex wants nothing to do with her, so I'm giving up on her. If I see her, I won't talk to her. At least now, I can concentrate on what really matters me and him and building our friendship into a relationship again. I will stay faithful this time, because this time, I have completely changes, and I have spent the whole time since he left me to make sure I have changed. Another update. Me and my ex had a discussion last night via Facebook, and he says me and him are just friends and that nothing will happen. But when we meet up, the way he is with me seems the complete opposite. I really don't know what to do. How do I prove to him that I'm not a liar anymore? I'm always completely 100% honest with him and I try and prove it, but he still doesn't believe I'm not lying about certain things. It's really annoying me. Oh, can you prove to people that you have changed when you have cheated and been dishonest about it and lied? I know I have changed, but I just want to know if there is any way I can prove I have changed and am not a liar or cheater anymore. I lost the love of my life because I cheated on the internet. Losing him triggered me to start changing, and I have been the changed me for 6 months now, but still, no one believes a word I say. I really don't know what to do. I love him so much. He left me. No, not married, but we're engaged. He won't admit to wanting to get back with me because of what I did, but if I meet up with him, I can tell that the feelings are still there, and one time, he even admitted to still having feelings for me, but then the next day, he had realized that he admitted it and backed off and ignored me for a few days. I can tell that he still wants me and has feelings for me because if we meet up, he lets me hold his hand, only in his car though, and lets me cuddle up to him but doesn't let me do either when we're in public. I don't know what to do because some things he says makes it clear he still has feelings for me, but then he realizes that he's gone all soft and ends up randomly having a go at me or something. He left me back in July. Do you think he could still be hurting? I can't just give up and move on because of how I feel about him. I last cheated the 14th of July. I have no idea what to do to show him I won't do it again, but since he's left, I haven't done anything with any other guy and I have been completely honest to everyone about everything. I have been honest with him about what I did, but he won't believe me. He found out by finding the Facebook conversations saved on my laptop. I have changed because I'm totally honest and I can't even think of doing anything with another guy because even the thought of it makes me feel physically sick. And ages, you'll probably see this as a problem because everyone does and they say I'm too young, but I'm 19 and he's 30. I was going to stop it. Age doesn't matter when you're in love, dear. I can't move forward because of how I feel about him. The thing that made me cheat in the first place was my exes before him. My first boyfriend cheated on me and left me, and I didn't do anything about it, which kind of made me think it was okay to cheat. Then I got with a bloke after and I ended up cheating on him loads of times because I wasn't happy with him and he was a rebound, and I only kept cheating because I wanted him to end it with me because I didn't want to be the one who ended it because I didn't have the balls. But then I met this man and fell for him quickly, so by then I knew I had to just bite the bullet and end it with my boyfriend at the time. I got with this new bloke on February 10th, 2020. He wasn't a rebound because I didn't need one because I was so unhappy in my previous relationship. I was with this bloke for 2 months and my ex came round with my stuff and kissed me. My boyfriend left me, then met up with me on the 14th of April and we got back together. That night was the night he proposed. I was really happy. But the thing was, I was talking to a mate online. Pretty dirty stuff was said, and he was doing stuff on webcam but I wasn't. And I told him about what me and my boyfriend did behind closed doors. My boyfriend knew there was something going on with the way I was acting, but when he asked, I used to say nothing was going on because I didn't see it as anything. Reason for me not thinking anything of it was because of the many times I had cheated and spoken to this guy in this way when I was with my previous boyfriend. He had told me that it was okay for me to cheat and he kept taking me back after every time. When my boyfriend found out I had a virus on my laptop, he said that he would sort it out for me and get rid of the virus. I gave my laptop to him and that night, I received a text saying I think we need to talk. I tried to think what he was on about. I asked him and he said think about it. So, I did, and I knew straight away that he had looked at the Facebook conversations that were saved on my laptop. And that night, he broke up with me through text. I ended up going into deep depression because of losing him. I stopped eating, drinking. I was self-ex to myself. I was in a right state and I couldn't stop crying. I managed to pick myself up out of it though. It's been about 6 months since he left and I still have very strong feelings for him and I have just started crying every day again. I don't know what to do. I love him so much. I really do. I know that I won't cheat again. Quite a few guys have tried talking dirty to me on Facebook, and I ended up blocking them because I hate how I was and don't want to repeat it. And one of my good-looking male friends keeps testing me to see if I will stick to my word and not cheat this time, and he talks dirty and gets told to screw off and gets ignored for a while. So, he is really helping me make sure I won't do it again, but like I said, even looking at other guys makes me feel sick. I only have eyes for this man now. I just don't know how to prove all this to him. I miss him so much. Being without him is hurting me. 4 months later. My boyfriend when I was 14, when he cheated on me and left me, I didn't do anything. I accepted it. I acted like it didn't bother me much. Although I was hurt and that, I didn't do anything. I tried getting him back but he had made his choice and he would have rather been with her than me. Plus, I knew it was going to happen before it did anyway, so in a way, I was prepared. Basically, I think that because I did nothing when he cheated on me, that it's made me think that I should expect everyone to be just like I was. I am easily forgiving. Then, when I was on the rebound from that ex, I got with another guy to try and make him jealous. That relationship lasted 2.5 years, but I cheated on my boyfriend at the time numerous times. Reason being because every time I admitted to cheating, he took me back, and he said these words to me: I don't care what you do or with who, do what you want. As long as I have you, I don't mind. So, him saying that made me think it was okay to cheat on him even more. After 2.5 years, I met my man. We were talking by text for a good few months, and even then, when I didn't know what he looked like, I had fallen for him. Because I cheated, my man thinks that I never loved him. Sometimes people cheat and they don't mean to. It just sometimes takes over and you can't think straight. Temptation sometimes gets the better of you. Have you properly sat down and spoken to your husband about it all? And told him how you felt when you found out he did it and that? I'm not going to say once a cheater, always a cheater, because people can and do change. I have grown up now and I have learned from my mistakes. I won't cheat on anyone. Him leaving was the hardest thing I have ever had to go through. Seeing him hurt made me change my ways. It made me realize that I should have controlled myself. My infidelity was cyber cheating. The affair, unfortunately, he discovered it. I had a virus on my laptop and he was going to get rid of it for me, so I gave it to him to work on overnight, and he got curious because of my past, and curiosity got the better of him. He looked at my saved Facebook conversations and read every single one between me and a guy I used to like in the past. Late that night, early morning, I received a text from him saying, "I think we need to talk." I freaked out realizing what he had discovered, and I started saying sorry a lot, and I said, "Please don't leave me," and all that. That night, he ended it with me through text. He has never actually told me in person that it's over. He has only told me via text or Facebook mail or Facebook. He doesn't believe I have come clean completely because my story doesn't fully match up to the conversations he read. He reads stuff in a different context than the one they were meant in. I don't know what he wants. To be honest, I just think he does still have feelings for me. It would explain why he doesn't meet up with me anymore and why he's being so angry with me, because whenever we meet up, since he left, he had always ended up letting it slip that he still has feelings for me. The reason why he's so angry is either because he is still hurting from what I did, or it could be that he is trying to cover up his feelings, turning love into hate because he's scared of being hurt again. Move on, like it's easy. It isn't easy. I have tried to move on, but I can't. How long ago that he left doesn't matter. He has told a few people that I know recently that he still has feelings for me, but he's scared of being hurt again. The cheating wasn't entirely my fault. Basically, what happened was, a guy mate was ex on webcam to me. I looked away every time he tried showing me and I switched of his webcam. I must confess that I was a little encouraging sometimes by saying dirty things, but sometimes they weren't really aimed at him, they were just normal chat. Thing is, when my man found out, I got all the crap, but my mate didn't even get a talking to. My mate didn't suffer at all. He had a girlfriend, but she has taken him back. If roles were reversed and he did this to me, I would have a word with them both, not only my partner. I have learned a lot in my life. I may be young, but I might have been through more things than you. Do not judge me. I know what he's like and I know what I'm like. I came on here for advice, not for you to judge me on my age or what I have done. I didn't want to argue with anyone, but you and other people on this have judged me. I cheated. I know it was wrong. I know I hurt him. I shouldn't have done it and I wish I didn't. I know all this, so why tell me? I'm fed up with everyone judging me on my infidelity. I'm not the same person as I was when I did it because I changed, and I'm not likely to go back to cheating. Most of you think once a cheater, always a cheater, but really, people can and do change if they find it in themselves too. No offense to anyone, I'm just sharing my opinion. I have matured, I think things through, I am good to my friends and family, and I have improved myself. The reason for the yes buts is because I am just trying to look at more options, trying to figure out different ways to approach things. I am trying to work hard at college in order to get a good career. 2 months later, I don't know what to do. I love my ex, but he left me back in July. Every time I see him, my heart just races. But there's this other guy who wants to be with me, but I can't see myself being with him. I'm not good with change, and if I get with this other guy, then my ex will probably think that I didn't feel the way I said I do about him, because I am crazy about him. What do I actually say to him though? I have no idea, because when we have spoken about things like that in the past, it's most of the time ended up in an argument. I do try and talk to him about my problems now, so it would make it easier for me in the future if he was to ever come back, and I am now honest about everything. And sometimes, I confide in him about my problems. One thing I do try and not say is how I feel about him, because he already knows I'm crazy about him. But when I say it, he replies, "Well, if you didn't do what you did, then we would still be together." He won't meet up with me in person because since July, every time we've met up, either a kiss has happened or he has admitted his feelings for me. We last met months ago. Every time he realized that me and him had got closer, he backed off. I think that is because he is really scared of getting hurt again. Since he left, I have changed. I have learned from my mistakes. I love him so much. I just don't know how I can prove that I have changed apart from just carry on being honest and hope for the best. I could stop it and I should have, but I just basically couldn't stand losing that attention. I spoke to this mate about everything, all of my problems, and I didn't talk to my ex about my problems. I don't know why. So that is probably one big thing that hurt him, the fact that I never really turned to him. I either turned to this mate for advice or tried dealing with my problems by myself. I have tried thinking about things, like why I did it when I had everything I'd ever wanted with my ex. I was stupid to risk something so amazing for something so kind of, in a way, childish, bad and betraying. I should have looked at what I had already. Few months later, I have been in a relationship since, to try and help myself get over my ex, and I was so confused in that. The relationship with the other guy only lasted a week because he realized I still had really strong feelings for my ex and he got paranoid. I have feelings for both of them and miss them both, but I have more feelings for my ex. Neither of them is talking to me. I've been depressed since my ex left, and I still am now. I wish I could just go back to my ex. I have tried talking to him, telling him how I feel, but he didn't believe me. And when he contacts me, it's when he's drunk. Mates have told me that when people are drunk, they tend to go for the thing they want the most. But others have said that he might just be doing it to pick a fight and make me feel worse. When he's been drinking and talks to me, it's on Facebook, and he starts off being nice. Then, he randomly starts asking me questions about when we were together. He knows I have a bad memory, and when I get the slightest detail wrong, then he goes off on one, saying that I'm lying. I don't know what to do. I'm not lying, I simply just can't remember. Half a year later, I have been with this guy for about a month, and because I have cheated in the past, I know how easy it is to do. I find myself extremely paranoid that he will end up cheating on me. He is still talking to some of his exes, and he keeps saying that one of them is nice and that they only broke up because he moved to a new house, and if he didn't move then they would still be together now. He says that the relationship with her was the best one out of all the relationships he's had in the past because he has been hurt many times and been cheated on. He has her on his Facebook and he has her number on his phone. I am very paranoid and I don't know what to do. Also, because he is originally from a different country, he has to update his passport, but the place he has to go is London, and that is where she lives. He told me to save him money to find somewhere to stay, that he's spoken to her and she has said that he can stay at hers. When he told me about this, I flipped. He told me that he will never cheat on me and that she won't do anything either, but I can't help but worry because of him saying so much nice stuff about her. Can someone please help me and tell me what to do and how to stop being so paranoid? A little update. My man has now asked me to go with him. He's going to London to update his passport and that. He wants to stay somewhere near her though because she is from the same country as him and she knows where the place is that he has to update his passport. It's either we stay somewhere near her or she wants us both to stay at hers, but I think that will just be weird. It is difficult to find somewhere cheap enough though because we will be there for about 4 nights because my man wants to take pictures in London, but we are both on job seekers allowance. When I was back in school, I was bullied and put down every day. It wasn't just by a few people. It was like the whole year on my case. I am now 20, but the things they said to me and the fact that I was called ugly every day really knocked my confidence so much that my confidence is still low even though it was 4 years ago. I have a boyfriend and I am happy in that, but I just have no confidence. I put myself down constantly, and I pinpoint every fault with myself or my body. I just can't seem to get my confidence back. Also, because I'm not confident, it makes me paranoid that I will lose my boyfriend. I have only been with him 5 months, but it still feels like a dream. I am so happy with him. Is there anything anyone can suggest that will boost my confidence back up again? A year later, why am I so paranoid when it comes to my man's exes? He's had a few, but I am only paranoid about one. I can't stand her, and when I see him talking to her, I get so stressed. I stopped talking to all of my exes, just because I know how paranoid it would make him, but I asked him to stop talking to her, and he refused to. I hate her so much. I have never hated anyone this much. He went up and stayed with her last year. He was meant to be staying in her spare room, but because the spare room already had someone in, he slept in her room, on her floor. Why can't I believe that nothing happened? All I keep thinking about is the fact that they're exes, so there was once a lot of feelings between them. And to be honest, because of my paranoia, I have it in my head that those feelings are still there, because of him refusing not to talk to her. Also, I am getting really paranoid that he will find someone else at work and leave me. He stayed there because he had to renew his passport, and he wanted to go out and take pictures with her, because they both have the interest of photography. All of the messages between them are in their own language. Neither of them is English, but they both speak English and their own language. I don't see why their messages have to be in their language. It does my head in because I can't understand a word of it. I have been trying to learn his language, but it is difficult and I only know the basics. I wanted to go with him to stay at hers, so it would calm my mind, but they wouldn't allow me because it would be weird, and she lived with her mum, and I wouldn't be able to talk to her mum because her mum doesn't speak a word of English. So, I was stuck here, with so many paranoid thoughts, and so many paranoid dreams. They were so bad that I couldn't even sleep because I was scared to have more. I didn't find out that he slept in her room until months after he came back, and he confessed to me, but he's sworn to this day that nothing happened. But why can't I believe him? I do love him more than myself. I have never really had self-esteem or self-respect anyway. I love him more than anything. I can't lose him. To be honest, I don't think he's spoken to her for a while, at least a month or so. My man told me he had a dream that he was talking to a good mate of his, a girl mate, in the dream, and because of my trust issues I ended up going mental in the dream and apparently stabbing his mate. I said, "That's funny, yesterday, I was thinking about one of your mates and the fact that I want to get rid of her because she's also your ex." My comment, This is a lesson to some of you out there. Sometimes the person who cheated will be in a limbo forever from their own actions. Therefore, be careful with your actions.